gonna do a poem, and a little background on this poem is kind of like a personal story. So I have an older sister who's 27 years old, and she's like a mom to me. Like literally, I know a lot of people use that loosely, but she really was like a mom. Like when we were younger, my parents were around, but they were busy at work, so she would take care of me and my little sister, make sure we did our homework, give us baths and all that kind of stuff. And as you know, we used to fight a lot because she was still my sister. We used to fight, and we grew up and we kind of matured. And she went from my mom to being like literally my best friend. Like she would take me out when I'm feeling, gloom, and we'd go shopping. I'd hold her purse and all that kind of stuff. So she would take me out, all that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, a couple months ago, she passed away. Back in August, she had a brain tumor, and she went to surgery, and then she had complications after the surgery. So that's what I've been battling for the past couple months. Now, when she was alive, every birthday and Christmas, she would always get me something, no matter, if we were fighting or anything, she'd always get me a gift. And I would never get her anything because I was really irresponsible with my money, and when the time came, I'd have nothing to show for it. But no matter what, she always showed up with something, and she always gave me something. So last year, I started writing this poem for her, because I thought if there's one thing I could get her that money can't buy is, something from the heart, something I could write for her. And I was going to do it on her birthday, but unfortunately, I was going to do it on her birthday this year, but unfortunately she didn't make it there. So this poem I wrote, and I did it at her funeral at a church. And it was kind of personal to me. I was supposed to keep it to myself. And tonight, I wasn't supposed to be here. I was not really feeling, I was having one of those moments, and I wasn't going to come here. And then something inside me told me, George, do this poem tonight, do this poem. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. And then people were talking to me, like, you should do a poem, all that kind of stuff. And I saw so many signs from God, I was like, all right, do it. So I signed up. So I'm going to do this poem. It's written, so I'm going to read it, and it's kind of deep. So if I choke up, I apologize. But hope you guys enjoy it. I remember the day my sister just took the training wheels off my first bike. You have to learn sooner or later, she says. Sitting on this bike, I looked down to see my toes, and although they were barely touching the floor, it was the only thing keeping me grounded, making me afraid of any kind of movement. And it was at that moment I thought, why did my parents get me such a big bike? So I sat there, intimidated. Tunnel vision in my eyes, I can hear the laughs of the asphalt and concrete that lay before me as it teased me. I feel the doubt as it mocked me. You see, I just sat there, frozen, motionless. I knew I wanted to learn, but too frightened to try, too scared to advance, not sure that when I do, that I may lose control, not know where the bike will take me. Will it take me down the wrong roads? Will I get lost? Will I enter oncoming traffic? How will I react if things get in my way? Scared that I may not even make it 2 feet without my training wheels. Scared that I'll fail and fall headfirst into the ground. And then, unexpectedly, the only thing keeping me safe, my toes, lost grip. The force of gravity showed no mercy as it seized the moment and pulled me down a slope to which I found comfort in. The bike was in motion, and there's nothing I could do to stop it. I'm not ready, I thought myself. This is all happening too soon, I'm scared. I can now hear that laughter at the ground get louder, this time with my pointed fingers, preparing for the downfall as I wait for this universe to feed me to the sharks. Yet in the midst of this fear, I look back, and I see my Ate, watching me from the distance. Ate, I scream, what do? I'm scared, help. And though not far away, I hear her voice clear. Pedal. Just keep pedaling. Knowing it was now or well, now before I face plant to the ground, I man up, place both feet firmly on the pedals, and I pedal. And I pedal. And I pedal, and I keep on pedaling, until next thing I know, I feel the wind against my face. Fresh breeze flowing through my hair, riding countless circles around my block. I got the hang of it now. I overcame the odds. I slapped doubt in its face. I knew that though this bike was shaky at first and filled with doubt and confusion, I did it. Just keep pedaling. My sister has been pedaling without training wheels before she can even walk. With parents split apart, my 7-year-old sister found herself raising 2 younger siblings like her own sons, giving up time with her own friends to provide us with a playmate, making sure we finished our homework before playing outside, helping us with our schoolwork and not having any help with hers. Carry the 3, dot your I's and cross your T's, capitalize the first word of every sentence. Dad is at work, what do you guys want for dinner? Clean up your mess. Turn off the TV, it's time for bed. Brush your teeth before I tuck you in. You see, my Ate always made sure that on this road of life, that her siblings always had their training wheels. Us, too scared to take them off. Her, too worried to even risk it. You see, my sister realized at a young age that this road of life is merciless to no one, that people will try to kick you off your bike or slash your tires, but to never let them do so. She was there with her hands on our backs, making sure we stayed on course. And when we felt like we were going to fall, she would grab us quickly and regain our balance. Here and there, she'll tell us, "I'm going to let you go now. Don't worry. I know you can do it." But too frightened, we begged for her to grab us again. "I can't do it. I'm not ready." So she stayed with us every step of the way. I had to go ahead and leave us. We'll be okay. Happy to hear such news, yet reluctant she would let go of our own. But she kept those training wheels on. You see, she has to make up for lost time. She has to hop on her own bike and ride her life out, so she pedals, and she pedals fast. Sometimes too fast. Too fast to enjoy the scenery, to stop and smell the roses, bask in the sunlight, enjoy the ride and let the sky blanket over her skin. No matter how far she got, she kept one eye on the road and one eye on her siblings, waiting for them to show any signs of failure, and when she sees it, takes the sharpest U-turn and backtracks to make sure we don't. See, my sister had this love, the kind of love that I can't even put into a metaphor. It's that indescribable. But you can see it, with every smile she gave off in every situation, saving her frowns to herself so that nobody can see. You can hear it in her laugh, the laugh that even though you don't know, the laugh that even though you don't even know what she said, hearing that laugh made you laugh. You can feel it with every hug, the way she lay her cheek on your abdomen and wrap both arms around you until she can grab both of her elbows. It didn't matter how much bigger you were than her, she still reached for those elbows. She'd pretend she wasn't hungry, so she can give her food away to someone that was, because let's face it, anyone that knew my sister knew that she was always hungry. And boy, can she eat. It's still an unsolved mystery where a 5'2", 90-pound Filipino woman puts all that food. But most importantly, she would put her life on hold and stay behind until the people she cared about were able to ride alone. But nobody was ever able to ride alone. And no matter how many times they said, "Go on without us, we'll be fine," she didn't. She wouldn't. She could see her dreams and ambitions in the horizon, and though anxious to get there, would stay behind until she knew that everyone was safe on her own. She would stop at every chance to help others, to make sure their tires weren't flat. She'd lend her own bike tire and learn to drive with one if it meant getting someone back on theirs with two. And when she got the chance, would hop on her own bike and ride. Pedaled as fast as she could to make up for lost time. But again, pedaled a little too fast. Too fast that she met the end of that road all too quickly, all too soon. Because unexpectedly, the only thing keeping us safe was gone. Leaving behind a husband and family that still needed her. Leaving behind those siblings that she treated like her own kids. Without her training wheels, without her hand on their bike. Giving them the realization that it's now or never. We either learn to ride without them or stay here and go nowhere. You have to learn sooner or later. I won't be there to support you, but hopefully you remember what I taught you. Never be scared of anything. Take life by the handlebars and ride away. Don't stop for anyone that doesn't deserve it. There's a happy destination at the end, but you will never reach it if you don't make a move. So we mount our bikes. We are now sitting there, frozen, motionless. Tunnel vision, I can hear the laughs of the road of life, teasing me and making fun of me. You see, I want to reach that destination, but too scared to try. What if I make a wrong turn? What if I reach a dead end? And suddenly, I look behind me, and I see my aunt there once again. No training wheels on this time, but she had her hand on my back. Not to support me, but to push me. And she does. The bike is now in motion, and I'm riding the road of life. Scared and confused, I don't know what to do. I'm not ready. I was never ready. I yell at the help, what do I do? And she says, pedal. Just keep pedaling. I now realize that this road of life is merciless to no one. No one will be around forever, so you have to learn to ride by yourself. Own the road. Don't let the road own you. Make your own paths. Take wrong turns so you know not to take them again. And when the road gets rocky, hold on tight and keep pedaling. Pedal past the criticizers and doubters. Pedal past the ones that try and lead you down the wrong path. Follow nobody's else's path besides God. Try different roads and don't be afraid to backtrack and start over if you find the one you're currently on is not comfortable. I place both feet on the pedals, focus on the horizon, and I pedal, and I keep on pedaling, knowing that when I reach the end, I'll see my aunt again, and she'll tell me, I know you can do it. Thank you.